Hi, I'm Leanne Ely. I'm a nutritionist, a New York Times best-selling author, and some people even say I'm a life coach. I started the Daily Dish Show to share my story, my truth, and my journey to vibrancy, and to inspire others to do the same. Because it's all about grit, perseverance, and finding a way despite the odds. It's about embracing the whole woman, not just the parts that are easy to love, and feeding her heart, mind, body, and soul. But I found that this isn't just my story, it's your story too. It's go time. This is the Daily Dish.
Hello, my friends. We are here together. It's Wednesday. You know what that means? It's Wise Women's Wednesday. Nancy, what am I missing? What's in my hand right here? Nothing. I left it all upstairs. How did I forget that? Oh, well, it's been a busy morning. But what makes me happy is seeing that all of our friends are coming on in the door and we're going to have a good time. Jennifer, good to have you here. Jackie, lovely to have you here. Alice, you too? Oh, my goodness. Catherine's in the house. So is Deborah. Party time. Party time. All righty. So what do we have on the menu today? We've got Bio-Omega 3X. You buy 3, you get 1 free. You know, all of you, are you on a fish oil? Are you taking fish oil? If you're not taking fish oil, ladies, you're missing the boat. This is something that we need to do on a regular basis, every single day. It's about our brain. It's about the circulation and the function in our body. And it's about weight loss too. I'm just saying. Bio-Omega 3X is ours. It's a dry formula because most of those oily ones out there, they're expensive, really expensive, and most of them are rancid. Come on. If you buy 3, we're going to give you the 4th one absolutely free. So get on it. Because I'm going to tell you right now, all of you have a shortage of omega-3 fatty acids in your body. It's just the way it is. I'm telling you, it is just the way it is. So, Lynn and Tanya, here you are. She's listening live as she's planting flowers at work. Tanya, who does that? You do. That's who does that. That's great. All right. I have dirty fingernails, so don't hold that against me. I had planted some basil today in our little garden we have down the street from where we live. Is an organic garden, and it is so much fun. And the basil's starting to come up, and I'm excited about that. Linda, Hot Milk 30. Yes, ma'am. That's what I'm talking about. Who's joining us? The Hot Melt 30 is starting on Thursday. That is tomorrow. That's tomorrow. I'm going to just give you a quick lowdown because the Hot Melt 30 is going to change your life if you allow it to. Am I right, Tanya? Go ahead. Talk about it. This is our Tanya made the lifestyle change that she needed to. She lost over 100 pounds. She changed the whole she changed the whole trajectory of her life. She really did. And I'm so uber proud of her. We also have Flynn, Jocelyn, a lot of our members who use the Hot Melt 30 as the basis for changing course. So if you bought the Hot Melt 30 and you have that Hot Melt 30 guide and you're going, yeah, I bought that last year or whatever, get it out. Because tonight we're doing a commitment signing. We're sending emails. It's still fine. You can still do all the things. Hello, Linda. There's my Jocelyn right there. I was thinking about you today, Jocelyn. I was. I will tell you, there is nothing like the Hot Melt 30. It hits and checks all the boxes. Not to pile on, but to separate out and show you that when we make these lifestyle changes, it's not just about what's on the end of your fork. It's about what you're thinking about. It's about everything, movement, everything. Yes, I was. You know what? You want to know why I was thinking about that? I saw your order and I was thinking, that's my girl, Jocelyn. And I'm so, I've bragged about a lot of you, all of y'all, really. But I could brag about Jocelyn and I'm so impressed with the way she took this program and just ran with it. And the way obstacles, no problem, just ran right through them, and she stayed the course. She's incredible. So, you want to learn? watch Jocelyn. You want to learn, watch Nancy. You want to learn, watch Tanya. We have so many people who are in our program who are doing the work necessary. We don't get anything from easy. That's it. We do not get anything from easy. But when we make a decision for ourselves to do something that'll move the needle, and I'm not talking about just on the scale, but I'm talking about the vibrancy of your life, things shift, things change, and people, situations, opportunities, circumstances, everything lines up. Have you noticed that? It's because you've done it yourself, by the way. We get to co-create our lives. We get to put this into our reticular activating system and say, bingo, this is what it is. And today's show, it's gonna shiver your timbers, okay? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, you've got a limiting belief, probably, a limiting belief that's held you back. We're gonna talk about what that is today, because I wanna know what you think about this. And if you hear this in today's show, I just want you to start throwing some pinkies up and letting me know what it's about. Anyway, so I'm excited about this. By the way, it's Crush Limiting Beliefs. That is the name of our new course. It begins 1 week from tomorrow, and I'm so excited about it. We just went through and redid the hot seat application today, didn't we, Jenny? Jenny and I did that. We just went through and we're looking at the course materials. It's going to rock your world, ladies. It will rock your world because you know what? I'm going to tell you right now, what happens to us when we get into the same place where we're in this rut of doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, and it's just not happening. There's usually a limiting belief behind it, 1 or 2 or 3. It's time to discover those. It's time to unearth them. And we'll do it as a journey together. And I'll tell you, women together, pinkies up. Pinkies up. Yes, they are. You talking about the gratitude journals? Yes, they are. They're in the mail. So if you are interested in just taking a peek, see, it's a 6-week course and you get hot seats. You get a one-on-one with me. There's lots of juicy, yummy stuff. If you're willing to go deep, if you're willing to take a look on the inside, dang girl, savingdinner.com/no limits. Because who are we except women on a mission, on purpose and for purpose? We have no limits. We have no limits unless we allow them to be a part of who we are. The course book workbooks are coming. We should have them, I don't know, this week, I think. Should be. But if we don't, just in case, Jenny's ready. She's already got it ready, so we will tee up the first one and send it to you in a PDF if we have to. It's just we can't always know how sometimes these guys are like, here it is, and 5 days later we have it. Sometimes it's 2 weeks. Sometimes it's been 3 weeks. We don't know until they send us an email saying, hey, they're ready. But they're on their way. But it doesn't matter, right? Does it matter? No, of course not. You know why? We're going to do it anyway. What did I do with I have my little, I took it upstairs because I wrote a bunch of notes on the back of it. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so we have that. Gratitude journals, we're out, but we've ordered more. I can't believe how many people ordered them. And a number of them, right, Nancy? A few of you have done this. These gratitude journals are scientifically set up. If you follow the program and we give you the directions on what to do, they are set up so that you will train yourself into this place of gratitude all the time. When you have this kind of gratitude, you know what happens to you? Perspective shifts. Your lens in your glasses shift. It really helps. And boy, oh boy, I will tell you this, can't prove it, but I can show you some scientific studies. I think this is one of the best ways to blast through some depression and some down in the dumps, feeling blue. Get an attitude of gratitude, right? I'm serious. So who's coming tonight? It's at 7 p.m. Eastern. You will have, if you have your guide and you don't have an invitation, send your email in right now to support@savingdinner.com and we will make sure that you have that. Otherwise, check your spam filter because it's probably there. We also have a very exciting announcement coming tomorrow. So watch your inbox. Wait till you see what we have going on. You're going to love us for this. That's all I have to say. Now, what is our quote of the week? Well, who else would give this to us except, what's his name again? The guy who does the scary books, Stephen. Oh, whatever. The scariest moment is just before you start. You know that. Isn't it the truth? The scariest moment is just before you start. That's our quote of the week. And that's interesting, isn't it? Stephen King. Thank you. Stephen King gave us that quote. And he, I'm sure he's talking about just about anything. But I'm going to say probably too with the Hot Melt 30 as we begin that tomorrow. Tomorrow, the Hot Melt 30 is on. Now, I'm going to say this. I'd love you to be there for the commitment signing tonight. Would, because the commitment contract is in your goods. I would also love it if you decide to join us because we are starting on the 1st, which is tomorrow on a Thursday. And I had pretty much a show saying, isn't it interesting that we're starting on a Thursday? Kind of mixing it up. It was yesterday. But today, we're going to be talking about something completely different. But meanwhile, bookmark savingdinner.com/30. THIRTY. Got it? Cool. All right. You ready? Should we go there? Because today, you know what I'm going to talk about? Hi, Margot, by the way. I'm glad you're here. Our Margot from California. Oftentimes, people get a little bit mixed up with advice versus permission. And we're going to be talking about this because advice and permission are two different things, and they do kind of interact with one another. And because we're starting this Hot Melt 30, and because we have a 30-day program coming where I'm not going to lie, there's a lot demanded of you. They're saying no alcohol for 30 days, stay away from sugar, hydrate like you mean it, move your body, get into a meditation habit and start taking care of yourself because it's about heart, mind, body, and soul, right? The whole of who we are. We can't just pay attention to one part of our lives. We have to pay attention to all of it. And the big thing is this body of yours and your body of yours, these bodies are transportation to get us there. And we don't want broken down cars, right? Doesn't help. If you want to go from A to Z and you're getting down in a broken down, dilapidated car, you're going to get there on a wing and a prayer and a roll of duct tape. But if you're getting in a Ferrari, you're going to get there pretty quick. And we all can be Ferraris if we take good care of ourselves and we're mindful of all the things, because it's not just about what's on the end of your fork. It's about the entire package. Got it? Because that's the Hot Melt 30 isn't about piling on. It's about doing the things and doing things decently and in order. Ever hear that one before? It's true. So this advice then of this concept of advice and permission pervades many aspects of our lives. Everybody. They embody different types of social interactions. Each provides a unique perspective and influences what our decision is, right? Have you ever been influenced by somebody giving you some really good advice? Have you ever been in the place, though, where you haven't given yourself permission? This is the part where I'm going to nudge you all show long. So get used to it. I'm going to be poking the bear. So these two concepts are crucial because oftentimes people mistake one for the other, right? And they don't get it that it isn't so much about following the advice as it is giving themselves permission in order to follow the advice. Are you hearing me on this? And I'm talking about this because when it comes to the Hot Melt 30, here's what I've seen in the past. This is not our first rodeo. Going great, going great, going great. Goodbye, gone. Lots of Irish goodbyes. Lots. We have a lot of fallout. Not going to lie, it happens. And I really believe, as I was thinking about this, I really believe that it's because so many people think if I can't do it perfectly, next time I mess up, I'm out of here. Right? And I say, give yourself permission to be less than perfect, but be striving for excellence. Are you hearing me? Because the advice that you are given in this guide is meant to help form you heart, mind, body, and soul. It's meant to feed you. It's meant to show you the ways of eating well. It's meant to show you the ways of moving your body in a way that's going to serve you so that you're going to protect your bones and your muscle and also your heart and feel good about yourself, right? Yeah, I know, Jennifer, we do that. We all do it. We all do this. And that's why I want to poke you a little bit and say, give yourself some permission. Give yourself permission to do it excellently. Because nobody is sitting there with a clipboard going, oh, well, look, there she is. She just didn't do it perfectly. But also don't dismiss yourself and excuse yourself and rationalize your behavior. Just say, I made a bad decision. Own it. I shoulda, coulda, woulda, but I didn't. And I think that is the difference, right? Because we have this tendency to say, oh, I'm not going to beat myself up, and oh, well, but it really tasted good. When I see that, I want to scream. You know, really? No, I don't want you to beat yourself up, but I also don't want you to dismiss it so easily because it's a dent, it's a ding in your personal integrity. You broke a promise to yourself. And yeah, that's a poke. That's a big time poke. Because when we do these things, when we're signing commitment contracts, when we're doing that, we're doing everything that we can with the best of our ability. And sometimes that's why we're doing this crush limiting beliefs. Sometimes there's something holding you back. Could be that. Got to talk about it. So we got to look at what this thing is when we're talking about understanding the difference between advice and permission. Because advice is oftentimes what? It's an opinion or suggestions on what to do. That's what Hot Milk 30 guide is. There's a lot of advice in there. Do this for food, do this for movement, do this for hydration, do this for, some self-care stuff, meditation, etc. Do all of this stuff. And, this is given in response to oftentimes a request for more. That's how Hot Milk 30 was born. I want more. What do I do? How can I do this? And what I said is you don't need more meal plans. You need more context of how this fits into your life and how fueling yourself this way is going to fuel the rest of your body and the rest of your life and clear the way for you to have the life that you want. Because that's what it is. Because permission implies an act of giving consent or authorization. And guess what? You have the power to do that. You have the power. Because it's not so much about the guidance at this point, but it's about granting access and validating the choice that you made by saying, I'm giving myself permission to do this imperfectly and to do this as excellently as I possibly can, and to hold my feet to the fire. I'm giving myself permission to step up and up level. And unlike anything else, I'm not backing down. I'm going to take this thing. I'm going to take this contract. I'm going to sign it. I'm going to read it. I'm going to emote over it. I'm going to cry over it maybe. Because I am doing things differently this time. This is the thing that I'm trying to talk about a little bit. I see over and over and over again people getting all worked up about the program. Oh my gosh. We've gotten tons of emails. Well, how does this work with the Ultimate Sprint? No, it's simple. We'll talk about that tonight if you're going to be there. Really simple. And it's not so much about that program as it is about the scope of what it is that we're trying to accomplish here. Because I want to get you out of that 97% fail rate and into the 3% who actually do it because they've attacked it from all sides. Am I right, Tanya? she'll back me up. She's got the results. 2 years later, here she is. She hasn't gone back to where she was. So what are most people seeking? Most people seek advice. They want the advice. Most people aren't looking at the permissions that they need to give themselves in order to take that advice. You see the difference in all of this kind of stuff? Because we want to accept and conform to a certain degree, but we also have to give ourselves this much latitude and grace in order to get it to fit our particular lives. You might say to me, I can't do this workout twice a day. Well, I'm only asking for a 4-minute workout or whatever, but I will tell you, you have to look at something. It's called the social impact theory. And this was by Latané, if I can say this, from 1981. The strength, immediacy, and number of people in our immediate social environment influences our behavior significantly. Why do you think we do things in a group? We do things in a group because we are trying to drill down into the fact that we need one another. This is how we're built. This is in your DNA. This is how every single person on this earth is wired. Right? Tanya knows. She says target trifecta for life. Because that's what we use, the target trifecta: protein, fat, fiber. Those 3 things, they create the ultimate plate. And it makes you feel better. It helps you to go forward. But I will tell you, Tanya, tell me, back me up here. If you hadn't worked on your mindset, wouldn't this just been another diet? Wouldn't it have been another, foray into, one of those programs, that Marie Osmond hacks or some other Oprah Winfrey thing? You can't separate it out. So we give ourselves permission. It's a process that's tied to your self-confidence, autonomy, and your emotional intelligence. We get to become better and stronger and more confident and more emotionally intelligent. We are empathetic for one another. We care about one another. We see each other as the whole, not just one and one and one. That's right, Sandy, anti-inflammatory for life. So when we do this, there's a study by DC and Ryan. They have what they call their self-determination theory, that they strive to satisfy their needs for competence, relatedness, and autonomy. This theory implies that self-permission often emerges from a sense of internal locus of control and self-efficacy. In other words, they see themselves as a part of the whole, and they see themselves as also self-efficient. They see themselves with the focus on what it is that they want. We all need that. And I'm here to pull that out of you because that's who you are, fearfully and wonderfully made, stronger than you think, all about that. So we cultivate these attributes of mindfulness, affirmations, meditation, clear personal goals, and practicing self-compassion. And self-compassion, by the way, is not dismissing a wrong. It's taking full responsibility for it and saying, this is what I did and this is what I'm going to do different. So this is not a habit, because that's something that we don't want. So when we look at our failure as an opportunity, what can I learn from this? That's when we're giving ourselves the ultimate permission to grow, to become, and to get behind and over it. Get over it. Get in front of it, I should say, not behind. We don't want to be doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, do we? I want to give you as much good advice as I can, but only you can give yourself permission to go all in. Only you have that power to do so. I don't have that for you. I don't have the right, the power, the ability, nothing. I'm not clairvoyant or that intuitive to know what it is exactly that you need. That's on you. And when you are in tune with that and take this advice and say, I am all in, and I give myself permission to do this excellently. I am not holding myself to an impossible standard of perfection. I am holding myself, however, to a standard of permission, of excellence, and of being there for the women in my life. These women who need me. We talked about this too. I don't know, one of these days this week, but we talked about how when we break the promises to ourselves, not only are we breaking our integrity, but we're letting others down because they're looking at you. They see you, and don't think for a minute that they don't see when you duck out and leave. They do. And I want to stop that right here at this point and say to you, give yourself permission to do this excellently. Give yourself permission to show up for others. Give yourself permission to be there for 30 days. Every single morning you wake up and say, today is a good day. Today is the day that I'm going to do things excellently. Get a 3x5 card, write it out on, put it on your bedside table, pick it up and look at it and say it out loud before you even put your feet on the floor. Today is a good day. Today is a day to do things excellently, and I'm going to do this excellently. I'm going to do this Hot Melt 30 with all of my might. I give myself permission to do this, and I'm showing up for my sisters. This is a sisterhood. This isn't just a community. It is a sisterhood. And we stand up for each other. We're there to hold each other up when one is falling down. And when one is falling down, we can be there for you, but not if you just take off. So as we get ready tonight to sit down and sign these contracts, I want you to go print it off right now. I want you to go pour over it. And I want you to read this thing and look at it and say, I am worth every single jot and tittle on this contract. I'm worth it. And write your name on it. It will wait till we are together and say, and we'll do it together. And just know that this sisterhood is going to be a tight circle of women who are going to hold each other's feet to the fire. Yes, encourage, support, and be there for one another. You can have self-compassion for yourself. That is a sign of emotional intelligence, but it's a sign of immaturity when you just dismiss it with, oh, whoopsies. No, own it. And own your power, because you have the power to do this better than you think. You have the power to step into this, and you have the power to do this excellently. Don't ever let a little flub up be the end of it all. Don't let it happen that way. We're going to step up, and we're going to be the women of our word. Yes? Yes? Who's going to write a 3x5 card today? Right? Who's going to take this little 3x5 card out and put on there, I am worth it. I am doing this excellently today, and stick it right there on your bedside table. You can put whatever you want on there. It's just off the top of my head. But stay the course. Notice, be aware, and be present, because the Hot Melt 30 is going to take a lot to do. It's going to ask a lot out of you. But I'm going to tell you what, if you give yourself permission, you are going to change everything. And that's what I'm here for. I've done it. Tanya's done it. Nancy, y'all, Lynn, we've done it. We can do it. Sandy, you too. You ready? Pinkies up. Let's go. Peace be with you. I'll see you tomorrow for Thursday. If you've missed any of the announcements, go to savingdinner.com/announcements. If you're Hot Melt 30ing, I'll see you tonight at 7. It's going to be fun. Peace be with you. Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining me today. You can find me on TikTok for daily tips to help support your most vibrant life. And remember, you are the author of your own story. Until next time.